I'll introduce you. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're live now.
Hey everyone, welcome to our first live stream here. Welcome to Bite Size Digital. Jesus. So the goal of our company, Bite Size Digital, is to provide great websites at an affordable price for all small businesses. We think all small businesses should be able to afford and have a great marketing, well-performing website. The other part of our company is that we really want to highlight the fact that life is not all about work. It's about having a good time, and especially in the creative industry, we're all about cultivating the weird side of us as employees and members of this company. So we're going to be doing a bunch of different events. Some of them we're going to be doing happy hours the first Friday of every month for us and our clients and our friends. We're going to be doing a book club, which we do every 2 weeks. And we're going to be doing a live stream on Zoom and on YouTube of Dungeons & Dragons D&D campaign. So today we're going to introduce very quickly a friend of ours, Caleb, who is Dungeon Havoc on Instagram and all your social media. If you want to learn more about Caleb, go to patreon.com/DungeonHavoc. And Caleb's going to give a quick intro about what Dungeons & Dragons is, just in case you've never experienced it before or you were afraid to ask or haven't done any research. We're going to give you a quick once over, and then we're going to start our initial campaign.
Dungeons & Dragons is a storytelling game. Hello, camera. Don't judge me. Dungeons & Dragons is a storytelling game where you can be comedic, you can be serious, you can be very crunchy with the numbers, or you can be loosey-goosey. But today we're going to be covering session 0, where we can cover the storytelling aspects about it. Make sure that everyone's on the same page and see where that takes us.
Great. So we're going to get started. Again, if you want to follow us, you can go to bitesizedigital.com. This will be on Zoom every week, and it will also be on YouTube. We'll send out social and things when we're doing this live. And
we decide on a day for.
No, talk now. We'll let everybody know. It's part of our weirdness. We're a little impulsive. Well, I am, at least. So we'll figure out days and times. It's going to be Fridays. Fridays are internal company day. So, you know, mainly Fridays. Why can't it be Fridays?
We usually have small people at our house on Friday.
Oh, yeah, it has to be Tuesday.
It'll be a Tuesday or Thursday. Keep in touch. We'll let you know. We'll figure it out. It's not a big thing. We'll send out, we'll let everybody know when it's going to be. Join us, check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we hope you enjoy it.
All right. So, we're going to put the phone wherever that needs to go.
Say hi to people watching.
No people watching. So I wanted to start with session 0. It allows us to actually frame the storytelling, get the characters already pre-engaged with each other, so that's not just 3 random blokes that just show up on the road and randomness happens. Like, we're a little bit more story than that. And so I wanted to talk with you guys, have you guys make the decisions of what kind of story you guys want to do. It's a pretty simple, straightforward process. First, I want to tell you a little bit about the world that you guys will be playing in. In Dungeons & Dragons, there's a whole bunch of different worlds. There's like Dark Sun, Dragonlance, there's bukus of... Yeah, it's not going to work.
Yeah, if anyone wants more wine.
Right, there you go. You're good.
Don't you have one of these solo cups? You can just cram in the entire thing. I mean, we're of course, just waiting for So, a little history about the world that we'll be setting this in.
With this candle stand?
In the world of Madeira, there were 4 primordial gods that created worlds. But about 100 years ago, they all died. And it was actually the end of my last campaign. My players decided to kill the gods because they were horrible people.
They killed the gods?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Now the world is in this weird post-apocalyptic state where monsters are more prevalent. The big major cities are run by dragons, horrible demons, and whatnot. Creatures with power try to retain power. So it makes sense. And with the death of the gods, divine magic is now free in the world. So, living magic is now free. There is a godly gatekeeper preventing you from harnessing magic. That's just your own will.
Okay.
Now, the first question I want to present to you guys is, where do you want your story to take place? You guys have traveled to various places, to the jungles, to the Arctic, to various places, I would imagine. Where do you want your story to take place?
Yeah.
The rainforest.
Ooh. Lovely little rainforest. Do you want it to be like a coastal rainforest or like a mountainous rainforest?
Mountains.
Now, in this magical place with these lush mountains of greenery, spires of rock, what is something interesting that a random passerby would be able to see? Are there like dinosaurs? Are there weird weather anomalies where it just rains acid? What's something interesting and bizarre that seems to only happen in this random place in the world? John?
I like the idea of having it rain something.
Okay.
I like that. I think that's
I
cool.
would like it to rain dinosaurs.
No.
I was going to say, there's no gravity in this one circle.
That might happen. There might be a place where there's no gravity and there's like pools of water just floating through the air.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
That would work.
Mhm.
All right, cool.
Natural rain. No gravity. Alicia?
Well, I mean, you shot down at raining dinosaurs, so.
Well, it could be a seasonal thing. Like during breeding season, maybe the dinosaurs fly up into the sky, they breed, and all their babies rain down upon the people.
Everything is edible.
So, Alicia?
How about? All right, you know what? We'll figure the live big out for next time. Thanks for joining us. We'll check back in later. Bye. Say bye.
Can you tell them where to find this copy of whatever it is?
We'll post it.
Yeah, this is going to be on youtube.com/bitesizedigital.
We'll send a link.
Bye. Especially because I don't think we introduce everyone else on that.
Yes. So, yeah.
Well,
No, I'm still gonna leave it plugged
after
in.
we
So.
make our character names, then each time we can introduce our character.
That's true. So rain, no gravity, and weird locations. Well, like I did with the mountains, there's like floating rocks that are just kind of
Oh, like
That's
in, what's that movie? Avatar?
Oh, really? Okay, Alicia.
Yeah.
Give me something interesting about the location. Anything. Not raining dinosaurs.
The vegetation lacks chloroform consistency, so all the plants are really weird colors, like jewel tones and stuff.
Oh,
Ooh, I like that.
We should put that to a whole new level.
I know, right?
that.
We went pretty basic there. Yeah, got it.
Okay, so
I've done this one.
This is true.
now this area is pretty lush. It has very bizarre creatures apparently, but you guys are going to be playing these humanoid-esque like creatures. What are the two local races that you want to populate this area?
Well, I don't know what the options are.
Anything. What's something? Okay, what do you want to play?
In the dragon clan, I want my character to be from there because they have jewel tones in their wings.
Okay, you want a fairy, dragon,
Somebody been playing that all the time.
Right.
She knew her answer. But like, see, she knows what she's gonna play as. I do not even know what the options of what to play as are. And I know you say it can be anything, but like, I feel like
you've played before. You know that certain.
To be fair, I've played once a very long time ago, and I barely made any of my own stuff. It was like someone guided me.
I'm very anti-min-maxing, so I want to allow my players to play what they want.
No one else
So,
playing them in that
Yeah, I don't know
series.
what that means.
People who are like, you said, I'm not even sure when I want to play yet. I don't want your race to limit what you play later. So having these regional races, something that you actually want to play, something that you can characterize uniquely. We'll get special bonuses. So however you kind of plan to imagine or some weird creature you want to play it. Because I'll adjust various modifiers to allow you to play exactly what you want.
So like if you want like rainforest gnomes who wear tiny hats.
That's adorable. I want to be a gnome.
Want to be a gnome?
I love flying gnomes.
Are you okay with playing either a dragonish person or a gnome person?
Yes, 100%.
You're gonna be a dragon. You're totally gonna be a dragon.
Yes.
It's fairy dragon, which means they're little and then they have butterfly wings.
John was gonna be the best butterfly dragon.
Well, I'm great.
John,
Dragons.
you're backstairs because we came from the same clan.
I'm down. And Meg's a
I
gnome.
guess we should tell the people who we
Oh, yeah.
actually are name-wise.
That's what I was saying.
What's
So
your name?
hi, I'm Alicia. I am the lead developer at Bite-Size Digital, and I also happen to be legally bound to Caleb.
Yeah. I like it, so I put a ring on
That's great.
I'm Meg. I'm the graphic designer at Bite-Size Digital.
I'm John.
He's the boss guy.
I'm here all the time. I live here. Truth.
it.
You should just see top of your
It's
head.
great.
Pretending to be a gnome.
Hi everyone, I'm John. I'm a fairy dragon.
Well, you don't necessarily have. We'll get to
Yeah.
that. Yeah. But there's these humanoid, scaly reptile people, and there's gnomes apparently.
Okay.
Now,
Leaf hats. I was promised a leaf hat.
Or a flower
leaf
hat.
hats totally make sense in a tropical jungle.
Yeah, leaf hat makes sense.
Yeah.
Big
I-
tropical flower.
We figured the leaf hat could be a very cool color because of the chloroform issues.
Deficiency.
Also, I just realized this is the first time Meg has ever been around me when I've had sliced on alcohol.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
So excited.
Enjoy it. So Alicia doesn't kick something over on the floor.
Make
There's
me
no margaritas on the floor,
Sure.
so we're fine.
Alright. Now, you guys are already in the wood. You guys do various things together. What is that specific thing?
teaches me piano.
It's gonna get so weird.
That was so specific.
So specific. Yep.
Okay, do you guys want to be like a crime organization and kind of, or works for a crime organization? You guys are like, who's the smuggler? Are you guys working for the government in some fashion?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't want to work for the government.
No, we're not doing that.
Are you
Can
guys?
we own like a pub
You guys can own a pub if you
or like a little brewery?
Like,
Make wine out of the weird plants.
Weird plants.
yeah. Alright, cool.
That's great. You guys own an inn, a tavern, a brewery. Which one?
I like the tavern.
Yeah, that makes sense. Should it be a tavern/inn so like weird creatures can stay
Yeah, you
there?
can have people stay there. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Alright. Now, in this tavern, you guys clearly do various works of different kinds. One of you might be an innkeeper, one of you might decide to be a bouncer, or whatever you guys might be able to legal stuff on the side. Who knows? But, however you map your character, what race are you thinking of right now? What kind of powers do you think your character has? And what's his backstory? Where does he come from? Where does he go?
Are these rhetorical?
Only a little bit. What do you want to play?
I want to have magic.
Okay. Now, what kind of magic are you thinking about? Are you thinking like that free divine magic is your thing? Or do you
No, I
feel-
think I mix all the weird plants together and make cocktails. I'll be a bartender. There was a rug just back
Meg's gonna be making us ayahuasca.
Okay.
Yes. It's
So,
okay.
as a bartender, there's two different ways that you can go about it. You can either do like the wizarding school, where you're just like this alchemist who's just like really specific about the pH of the elixirs and things you make. Or you can be a little bit more of the showmanship bartender who just wants people to have a great time.
I like the first one.
Okay. Sounds like a wizard. And what race are you thinking about playing? The gnome, right? Okay. And what are you thinking of right now?
So I'm thinking of, I would also like to have some type of magical powers.
Okay.
And I would like the divine ones, and maybe specifically in towards the like some type of religious or like the priest route somewhere.
Now there's a lot of interesting options with that.
Okay.
You can either choose to like internalize certain ideas, or you can have there are a bunch of new gods in the world. In an island across the way, there's this fictitious figure called Volley, this devourer, sibling to Fenrir, who wants to devour the sun. There's all these horrible creatures that you've heard about that are willing to lend you power in exchange for human service. Right. So you can either take the more monastic and self-discipline route, you can pursue an ideal of some kind, or you can serve an entity. What do you think?
The first, the more self-disciplined internal ideals.
Okay. Now, do you imagine yourself wearing a crap ton of armor and just smacking people?
No.
So definitely the more well thought out.
Correct.
Okay. Sounds like a cleric.
Yes, exactly.
And what were you thinking of? A dragonborn of some kind, or a gnome?
No, I'll do the dragon.
Okay. Oh, that's
I'm so excited to hear what we should have. Also, I love that you're a dragon priest.
Yes.
And I'm a gnome bartender, and we own a tavern together. I can't believe that.
With your focus, there's something intrinsic that you hold on to. What's that idea?
All small businesses deserve a website.
It's probably not that.
Well, actually, there's several different divine paths. One of them is beer.
Well, I think that if we own a tavern, then my internal compass would be beer.
Your focus, you believe that there's a community that this beverage has.
Well, that's great.
Okay. I wanted to present it. You could have got a little bit more serious route.
No, I
All
like
right, there's no way this campaign's going to be
it. Yeah, please. At some point, we're going to encounter dildos.
There's dildos are not my driving sucking.
We barely get
names.
through a lot of stuff without.
So a beer cleric. What do your potions generally do for people?
Happiness? I don't know. Bring them joy.
Sounds like enchantment. If you drink something that makes you a little bit happier, a little bit more approachable. If you serve it to somebody else, maybe they'll be a little bit more friendly that afternoon. Yeah. Okay. So enchantment.
Now, is it only like, I was just going to say, like, is there also like, can it be like love potions and like they can like feel like very, like, you know, like liquid cocaine? Like, is there different options?
Oh, yeah.
Or like, yeah, just like all the drugs.
So just make sure you'll have all the options of it.
We run a tavern, but also have a drum ring. That's what I'm getting.
It's not really a drug ring. The drinks are legal, but yeah, it's like, this is like liquid pot, and this one is liquid ecstasy. I mix them out of the flowers in the jungle.
So we're going to do a campaign with different drugs.
Look, this campaign's going to correlate with us reading every Stephen King book.
Yeah.
So God only knows what's going to happen.
Oh, did you not? Yeah, for the
We're doing
first time?
Stephen King in chronological order.
So we're starting with Carrie. So,
Chronological order of when they were written, or
When they were written.
yep.
wow.
It's going to
That's
get
daunting.
weird.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, and we're doing
That's it.
Dresden is our other series.
Start to
A
finish.
lot of
Not to
fantasy.
mention
Yeah.
our happy hour, like the first one is 80s music, but I'm sure that's going to go weird places too.
Yes.
We like going weird places.
Sunday, Fridays.
And there's a reason why you're at the tavern. You're there spreading the good word, beer.
Yeah.
He started it as a temple, obviously.
Oh gosh,
Oh,
you should be the tavern owner.
Yeah. The temple of beer.
That makes sense that you would be the owner.
I love it.
Yeah. It's perfect.
Oh, okay, what do you play?
Are you going to shoot down playing an artificer?
What does
that mean?
Don't worry about it. Yeah. Why? Okay, so you're a distillery person? Is that the route you're going?
I'm trying to invent things to improve like tavern and make things easier because I think there's so much going on. So like a random like enchanted golem that sometimes cleans the chimney and sometimes runs into table legs.
Caleb, as we go through this journey, would you recommend us, is there any like reading that you would recommend for us to get up to speed on things?
On the setting or on the game?
Just in Dungeons and Dragons in general.
It really depends on the person telling the story. So, in my particular case, no pre-reading is required. Depending on how lore-heavy the story is, maybe they might recommend a particular book. But I'm approaching this as if you guys don't know how to play.
Correct.
So
you're creating a whole environment.
Yeah.
Great. Don't worry about it.
there are pre-made settings. If someone wanted to play something with Ground Realms, which is buku's overwritten, then yeah, I would recommend certain books. But with newer players, I feel it's a lot easier to get them involved wherever they want to go.
Okay.
So, you want to play a Dragonborn artificer.
Is that not okay?
Yeah, that's cool. Did I bring that book? I did not bring that book.
Is it on your iPad?
No, it's not. Now requires a form campaign setting book, and I did not bring that one because that's the only class in it.
It could be something else.
All right, what do you want to play? This is literally the one book I did not bring. Okay. Now your background. You are clearly the tavern owner. Were you always a tavern owner? Is that where you found your love for beer?
Yeah, that's where I found my passion. Okay. Tavern was handed down to me.
Ah. Okay.
Who was it handed down to you from?
From my
From like your parents or grandparents?
yeah, from my parents.
At least all alive.
Yeah,
They just can't do it anymore?
yeah, they
Are
just
they
couldn't keep
retired
up.
in Florida?
I got tired of
They're outside the ring.
bad customers.
Yeah.
If I were to become a druid, would you let me wild shape to be a assistant?
It's possible.
I feel like she's in the AP version and we're in the basic.
It's all right. You did have an experienced person with us.
Now
No,
there's
I just have an obsession with displacer beasts. What does that mean? So a displacer beast looks like a panther, but it's got 6 legs and tentacle tails, and the tentacle tails are big, and it's really hard to see.
Okay, what did you want to do for the law?
so
Oh,
you
that's
don't have to
great.
a set class right now.
I love that.
So a druid
That's awesome.
works. What kind of
What's
so
a
you're
druid?
a druid is someone who lives out in the woods, tries to take care of things. Are you the one that accumulates all the
Going to be the plant taker who goes and gets the fruits and stuff from different wines.
For the beers and
things and
This
elixirs?
is great.
This is great. This is fun.
Yeah. And the grains for the hops.
I mean, 3 weeks from now, we're all going to be dressed up like the weirdest shit in the street.
kind of like the idea of stupid hats?
I'm
Kind of fun.
I'm already
She's
working
gonna
on
make
making
me a
a
leaf
hat. I can find a leaf hat for you.
You need-
So I'm going
He needs
full
butterfly
guards. Yeah, I'm going full guard.
I have a butterfly cape, so like it has a collar here.
I wish I had a
Cold,
tiara.
like random band. You can go nuts however you
Yeah.
want.
I don't have full cleric robes. I'm in. All right.
So a dragonborn druid. Now you know,
Yes.
is he or she from here or?
I'll be a she.
Okay.
And I would, well, yeah, there are 2 classes that are there, so it makes sense. I'm from the area,
All right.
and I really love playing with plants, and this seemed like a good place to get paid to do it.
Fair enough.
Reasonable.
Cool. Now, you guys work together. You guys function this tavern, but you also have other interests as well besides maintaining this tavern. What is something else that your particular character has an interest in and wants to accomplish in some way? It could be associated with like family. It could be associated with local politics. It could be associated with whatever you guys want. Is there a tyrannical person nearby that you guys are trying to avoid like a plague? What's going on?
Keep trying to.
Yeah, I think there's like a somewhere further out on the outskirts of our rainforest. There's like an evil tavern owner who like poisons people, and runs into all these issues. So we're trying to
Someone who does the absolute bare minimum safety.
Yeah.
There's a
Like
lot of
that's
people where
across.
always 0 days without an accident. Yeah.
so you want to be
Unethical underground brothel in basement.
Yes.
That's our place.
Ethical underground
Yes,
brothel.
ethical.
okay, there's a rival tavern that you just hate.
Yes.
Yes.
Ours is the ethically non-monogamous problem.
We might have the starting of a cult happening.
But perfectly. Yeah. We'll get there.
It's all very above board.
Yeah.
That completely explains why you want to make sure that this tavern's perfect because those guys are assholes. Correct. What's your personal quest?
Like personal quest. So we all have separate ones? Not
Yes,
separate.
this is like an individual. You have a group tavern.
Up on the rocks where there's no gravity, there's some really cool plants, and I want to learn how to rock climb up there to be able to figure out the cool properties of those plants, and nobody knows what they do.
Sure.
Also figure out how to rock climb in no gravity.
So your character's just curious as hell about the weird properties of the island.
Yeah, can there be like, there's myths of all the stuff that those plants can do, and I've like become obsessed with them, and I need to know. I need to go up there and play with them.
You definitely need knowledge nature. Got it. What's your personal quest?
So I have a secret garden. In this garden, secret garden? Scared
Is there-
myself about it.
Okay.
Because I am trying
Is there a cripple boy?
to, no, there's not a boy. I am trying to crossbreed the plant that will get you the perfect high.
I like this. This is great.
Great.
This is going to be such a tremendous journey that we're going on.
So much fun.
Perfect.
That's why she and I get along so bad. Common goals. But she wants to do it more chemically. I really believe in the power of nature and just.
I mean, mine's nature
Cross
too.
fire.
I want to make it into a pretty drink.
That's all I feel.
Utilization versus being one with it. Got it. Who do you know on the island
Besides each other.
besides each other? Who's someone that's personally? You mentioned your parents. That should be your point of person there. What are their names?
We can name ourselves.
I know.
Yeah. I'm fine with Jasmine and Rupert. Those are great names.
Jasmine.
And Rupert.
Okay, now being a dragonborn, you get to pick the coloration of your scales and kind of your breath weapon and all these interesting effects. Given the fact that your mother's name is Jasmine,
Yeah.
what color do you imagine you are?
I would say a goldish purple.
Ooh,
Very
I
good.
like that. Goldish purple.
Are we going to get cliff notes of all these things?
I hope so.
So we
I'm
remember?
picturing you like
We got some pages
purple
on
that
our website
radiates
We
like
have to
out, and then the edges of you are like gold. So like how like a geographs would look.
Write a weekly summary.
Alicia,
Oh,
we're going to have a
that's really
page
Can
on the
I?
website dedicated.
This is
Adventure.
fantastic.
Yes.
And your little, oh, you made our little creatures. We should have had him make them as our D&D characters.
Oh, that's happening now.
That is 100% happening.
I like that.
I'm going to take some notes.
Good dicks.
I need the characters. Yes. Peeps. Okay, Jasmine, you're this goldish purple dragonborn. Are your irises gold or purple?
My what? Gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your people that you know. Who do you know?
My grandfather is the one who taught me how to make all this stuff. And his name is Papa G.
Love it.
Okay.
He's the one who told me about the floating rocks and taught me all this stuff. So like that's why I need to do it, because I need to finish his legacy.
I like that. Maybe travel to this island, hearing about the weird qualities of the island, and you love the magical nature of the place so much that you just decided to stay.
Yeah. And then he raised me. I think something I guess happened to my parents. I don't know. It can be mysterious, unknown. But
Maybe you went there for summer camping and you're like, I'll just stay here.
I live here now.
All right. Alicia.
I would like to have escaped from the Evil Tavern.
Ooh.
My parents owned the Evil Tavern, and I like how they were.
Ooh, I love this.
So I escaped with a golem named Emily. My parents wanted them to be an artificer. I want to be entrapped. Leave me alone.
Okay, so you're this druid.
Oh,
No, no.
Can I go with it? They're also illegally breeding and raising displacer beasts at the Evil Tavern.
No.
Please, you said it.
Why are you capitalizing? There's this place beast probably on the island. That could be an interesting thing. I'm not giving you a pet.
No, I didn't say I was going to breed them later. I was just giving you a poke.
I'm not giving you a special giver just because you're sitting with me.
I'll just get pets. I just want like a toad that sits on my shoulder.
Considering you're playing a gnome, you can totally get that. Or some sort of pet. So that's what we have. I want a toad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Neville.
I love it. Okay.
I'm just going to go with my original story.
Evil Tavern.
Evil Tavern.
Played by your parents?
Yeah.
So you know what their names. Oh, and because they're like these prismatic crazy dragons, it could be really interesting. Sorry, what are their names?
Bastion.
And
Karen.
What a great 2020 D&D name for your evil mother, Karen. You know Karen.
oh, maybe that's why they're so horrible. She literally goes around town and just harasses people. I love it. She's so hilarious.
She's the Karen. That's so great.
Oh my gosh, and her horns growing that Karen haircut style.
Yes.
Yes.
The perfect shaved a little bit
God.
soft
Oh,
Karen haircut. She's perfect.
Oh, now actually.
You're not doing color on it.
Yeah, what do I look like?
Oh, jeez. Go ahead and describe yourself.
Oh, I have no idea.
I have super short spiky hair that's blue. And then my coloring is like peacock colors.
Oh, that's pretty.
And I always start this.
What do you know normally look like?
Gnomes are look a little bit like hobbits. They're shorter, but they have a little bit more coloration to them. Hobbits are kind of just brown people. Gnomes have a little bit more magic to them. So their hair coloration can be anything you want. It can be prismatic green. It could be fuchsia. They have generally pointy ears.
I would like
They're short.
my
elephants.
hair to be this color.
Ooh. Very marked.
And then purple eyes. Oh, there we go.
I look with lots of pockets.
That makes a lot of sense. Are you a klepto? I figured.
Oh, and I have the little wee hat that Alicia mentioned earlier.
What color is it?
Ooh, because the
It
plants are
could be any
weird.
color. This is bright red blue, but your hair is blue, so.
I see that.
Sit next on the orange hair.
Now we actually get to touch the dice now.
Okay.
Keep the D6, which are the weapons. Roll all four of them. And then we're going to get rid of the lowest one.
Can I test my dice first?
Yes. And then you take the resulting numbers and write that down up here. We are rolling your abilities.
Roll it
so
where?
you have talent on your additional type. Got it? Okay. And then do that a total of 6 times.
Always eliminating the low.
Always one more. Woo!
How many times am I doing this?
6. There's a curse.
Can I keep this 4?
No. Roll on the table. Oh, good. You got something decent. Oh, no. Okay.
what's going on the intelligence.
Go ahead and change that to a 12. No, okay,
Is that how you want it?
that's fine. Now you don't have any problems. You're above board on everything, so you're not bad at anything.
That's nice.
I'm gonna have some issues with that.
Yeah, you're gonna be interesting.
I like it.
There's room to grow.
You are very average, which is good. I appreciate that. You did get the highest individual roll, so that's good. Now, there are 6 ability scores over here. Oh, well, I guess we should do race stuff first. Gnomes get a +2 to intelligence normally, which is great for a wizard since that's what you're playing.
So, do you put that plus here?
Yeah, just right here first.
Now, being a wizard, you want intelligence to be your highest set.
Okay.
So what is your highest number?
I have 214.
Okay. Mark one of them out.
Mark it out or add +2? Like cross it out?
Okay, go ahead and cross it out. If we're going to add 2, it's 16, and then you can write 16 on intelligence. In the little bubble there, put +3. Alright. Then, that's just how smart you are. That's how good of a potion you can make. That's going to matter diddly to you.
Yep.
But it is what it is. The remaining scores, their strength, how strong you are, which you might, none of you care about, it seems. Dexterity, how fast you are, which matters to the klepto. Constitution, that's how much people can smack you or how much you can drink without passing out. Wisdom, that would be the cleric's ability to focus on how much you want to drink and internalize your love of your beer. So that is probably your most important stat.
Yep.
And Dragonborns,
Oh, and then there's charisma. Is that just how much people like you? I feel like that would be important for a marquee.
Yeah. Charisma is how showy you are, how personable you are, and whatnot.
So do we just fill these in with the leftover numbers?
You also get +1 to dex. So whatever number you pick for dex, you add +1 to it.
Okay.
You, as a Dragonborn, and you as a Dragonborn, get a +2 to whichever stat you want. And I'm just going past it. Yes, I can. And your charisma increases by 1.
All right. And then I can fill in the rest, whatever.
Yes.
And what should be my primary?
Your primary should be wisdom.
Okay.
What should mine?
Wisdom.
I'm a wisdom caster?
Yes.
I had that +2 to wisdom, because that's 16 when I'm on intelligence.
In your modifier slots, this is a 0, 1, 1, 1, and 2.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that.
Yes,
Is it 11 or 1 or a 0?
it's a 0.
All right. And then what do I have to do for my?
Okay. This is -1, 0, 0, 2, 2, 2. And do you add the
Yeah.
+2 to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, I did. I
You
added
use a 13?
I used no. I added the +2. I thought I already had.
Oh,
Didn't you say I had plus something? I had +1 on in
you got
wisdom?
+1 to charisma,
Plus, yeah, I added that to my 14.
and you got a +2 that you can put in your
Okay, so I'll use that on wisdom then, right?
Okay. Yep.
So that would
bring
be
that to 17 and increase that up to a +3 for you.
You got it.
You want to check on
You did all right. Good job. All right. Now, as a forest gnome,
I write that under races.
yes.
Mine's dark.
For your race, you can put it to Dragonborn.
Right.
And put gold somewhere. Doesn't have to be purple.
Am I going with blue? Or am I different?
You can go with blue. That sounds nice.
Then I'm gonna purple.
So 4 stones. Size 3 to 4 feet tall. Your speed, which is right here, is 25. Here you write dark vision, meaning you can see in the dark as a gnome. And Dragonborns do not have that, so you need a torch or something to be able to see in the dark.
Okay.
You also have gnomish cunning. So right over here. And that gives you advantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Wait, what?
Advantage on intelligence, wisdom. You can just bracket off those 3.
So just check them?
Put a bracket. The check mark would mean something else.
Oh.
And you know down here, common and gnomish. I'm sorry that this is the most boring part of it, but that's why I had the storytelling. You also have natural illusions, and you can create small minor illusions. So as you're like making vials of potions, you can make them glitter and sparkle.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's fun. And you can speak to small beings. So the pet frog that you can talk to.
So, but yeah.
Toad.
The small beast, that's cool.
Now you two.
Yes.
You have a speed of 30. Now your draconic ancestor gives you a few special perks.
Okay.
The primary one is you can breathe fire.
That goes down here with features.
Yes. So breath weapon.
Yep.
DC 8 plus con plus proficiency. We'll get to that.
I think it's Dragonborn is worth
Also, fun fact, I decided my pet toad's name is Kevin.
Kevin the Toad.
You just write Dex 2d6. I'll get to what all that means.
That's no problem.
You also have resistance to fire damage. So whatever fire damage would normally affect you, you take half. You speak common and draconic.
Oh, thanks.
And same nonsense for you, but yours is light.
Lightning does not have an E in it, right?
Light, me, not lightning. That's what we do to our teeth.
And it's 2d6. And mine's not a phone, though, right? Mine's just a line.
Player's name is John. You named your player John?
That's who I am. Character name is Lee.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And I guess now is a good time to come up with the name for your characters.
My character name is Quinto.
Quinto?
I like that.
Yes. Quinto. Quinto.
Alright.
When I was young, since I wore robes, they called me Quinto the Queer, and I was really upset about it.
I'm joking.
He's very
I'm
bothersome.
joking. Don't look at me like that.
Monster.
Let's hold on a big joke.
What should my gnome name be?
I'll be Pippin.
Ooh, that's funny.
Was it?
Pippin.
Pippin? Quinto and Pippin! At least you didn't hear my sad backstory. When I was young, I used to wear robes, and they called me Quinto the Queer. It made me upset. So now I'm mad about
I think it's going to be
it.
Gully.
Upset.
Gully?
Gully's the gnome.
Gully? That's great.
Gully.
Pippin, Gully, and Quinto.
Oh, I guess I should have put an E there, but
That's fine. Do
it's
L1. All right. Now, in proficiency bonus, everyone right here on your sheet, right, +2. Now, how this game basically works is you roll this die, boop, you take whatever results, if you're proficient with it. So, a fighter is proficient with swords, some people are proficient with magic, you add +2 to that, and then you add the appropriate modifier. So, a person swinging a sword and bashing the head with that die, add 2, and that ability to swing a sword's not so great for you.
Yep.
So that's the general idea. You have the beer domain.
This is about common.
So if we work together, can we teach each other these other languages?
Over time. Oh no, you know language.
Can you know?
What's your comment?
Your background's not really want to speak English, so trust that. Yeah. Divine domains. Dragon, cat, apocalypse.
Yeah.
Beer domain. Okay. On spellcasting, which is your last sheet, go ahead and write, the message cantrip, some message. Meaning you can talk to people at a distance whenever you're completely plastered. You don't have to get up to go talk to them all the time.
Okay.
You also get proficiency, now that we need that, in insight and medicine. So insight, medicine are somewhere in there. Yep. Put a little check mark on the box.
In the box here?
Next to it. Well, yeah.
In like the round spot?
Yep. Fill that
Insight and
in. Got it. Now, if I ask you to make an insight wisdom check, we roll a d20, add 2 because you're proficient in it, you're going to do wisdom modifier, which is 3. Got it.
Oh wow, look at you.
And
Why this character I don't play?
it happens.
Usually my best set.
Ooh. You're proficient in brewer supplies. Yep, right there. Brewer supplies.
like it.
And put X2 next to it, because you add double your proficiency bonus when rolling for a root beer ship.
Nice!
You know your beer.
I know my beers.
And you also, on your first level spell list, so back to the spell cantrips.
Yep.
Here, put comprehend languages and heroism. You can have a drink with anyone. Language isn't that big of a problem for you. And heroism, fear makes you a little bit more bold. So it's good traits to have. And you know, we'll get to that at some point. You're playing a whisper.
The intensity of the look you just gave me. I didn't hear you at first, and I took like 2 minutes to sleep, and I was like, oh!
You also, 3 cantrips. On your last page, you also have 3 cantrips. You both have 2 first level spell slots. So put just 3 here, fill in 3 dots, or whatever else you want to notate it. 1, 2, 3. And down here, you have 2 spell slots. So 2 in this box.
Which here?
Red number 2 here.
Do I have any spells or
And
anything?
you technically go down to 4 because you get 3 in addition to this one. And that's fine. You, of course, have spell casting and arcane recovery. So on the first page, arcane recovery.
How do you spell that?
ARCANE.
You can, what that means is you can rest to restore one spell slot.
Oh, wow.
That is it for now. You, all three of you are spellcasters. Oh, okay. Drew. There's a reason why I do a session 0. Bookkeeping is the boring part. I'm sorry.
Fine, this isn't boring at all.
I don't think this is
Yeah.
boring. It's interesting to see the characters come
Yeah.
play.
You also get 2 cantrips. Oh, well, I'll leave it off. So you're done with that?
I don't understand what it means by druidic and spellcraft.
Druidic. You know Druidic, secret druid language.
Ooh, is that like speak?
Kind of, yes. Except you can kind of talk to trees or understand the natural flow of nature.
Which is great for trying to get plants to hibernize.
Yes. Oh, you like sweep tap and be like, hey, that lady over there, is here.
Hi.
Great.
We gotta correct that singing, right?
What?
I think you just randomly sing,
Well, we're not on YouTube right now, so we're fine.
but in the future.
Yeah, well, be careful.
Now your spell save DC. Since all of you are spellcasters, go to your last page. That one. Your spell save DC is equal to 8 plus your proficiency modifier, which is where?
Right here.
So that brings you up to 10. And then you add your ability modifier from your spellcasting. So the wizard would add the intelligence modifier,
3.
Yep.
I'm at 13.
right?
Yep, mine's 3. Yep, for wisdom or
Yes.
intelligence.
So we're all.
Wisdom.
Great.
Wait,
So
did you say
13.
wisdom or intelligence? Oh, it's
We're
the
intelligence.
highest one. Got it.
So 13.
We're all at 13.
Yes, yours is wisdom. Right here, you write wisdom as well, and you write right into the other box.
That's fine. And I write what intelligence is.
And attack bonus. For this one, you just had the proficiency and ability modifier.
So 2 and 3.
Yes. So +5. So if you cast a spell that requires an attack roll, you got +5 to it. Same for you and you. Yes. Now, we talk about things that you're proficient with. Let's start off with a wizard. Going back to that. You're this interesting ruler person. Wizard. Your hit points. We'll just go down the basic nonsense.
Current hit points?
Yes. Everyone at first level gets maximum hit points. A wizard gets a starting hit points of 6 plus your constitution modifier.
So 7.
Armor proficiency, so you don't have any, so you don't have to worry about it. You're only proficient with daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaff, and all that stuff. You'll be using spells mostly.
Okay, do I need to put that anywhere?
Those generally go down here, but as a wizard, you generally don't have to worry about it since you're going to be doing things that or throwing beer at night. So,
I do like the darts one though, because there's all these weird plants around. I feel like you can mix something for the darts and throw the darts pretty well.
that's clever. Go ahead and write darts since it sounds like something you would use. Now, saving throws. Saving throws are your reaction to something bad happening. You're proficient with intelligence and wisdom saving throws. So on those 2 dots, put an X.
You said intelligence, what did you say?
Intelligence and wisdom. So whenever I ask you for wisdom saving throw, we'd have your proficiency bonus and your
So 3.
wisdom modifier. And because you're known, you get to roll twice and get higher roll.
Oh, nice.
And 2 skills from being a wizard. You get to pick 2 The Arcana, like your knowledge of nature, your curiosity of why the rocks are floating.
I feel like that should be what I pick.
History,
Where are the cookies?
down here.
Oh.
But you only get to do 2.
Then I'm gonna do the
Arcana.
check mark or an X or something.
An X is fine. History, you care about the history of this particular island, about all the interesting comings and goings. Insight, you're used to people lying. You just want to be able to catch them and really do it.
Okay.
Investigation, you are really good at perusing through things and figuring out the specific way to do it right.
I like that one.
There's also medicine and religion.
I'm gonna do investigation.
Okay. And which one do you think you'll have? A quarterstaff or a dagger?
Dagger.
Okay, just write dagger here. You want to be a mixologist, have a whole bunch of different ingredients that you just kind of fiddle around with, or do you prefer to have like a wand and just change the liquid?
The first one.
Okay. You have a spell component pouch. Would you see yourself more of a scholar or an explorer?
Explorer.
Or an explorer pack? And of course, you have your spell book. And on the here, you start with 6 first level spells. We'll deal with spells not right now. Moving on to our cleric. You start with 8. What's your constitution modifier? So 8.
So 8 max.
Yes. And everyone's initiative here is equal to your dexterity modifier.
So 0.
Yes. You're not very physically intelligent, Mr. Dragonfly. Okay. All right. Armor proficiency, which goes down here. You're proficient with light, medium, and shields. You can wear almost anything. Not with a strength score, but you could.
Yep.
Weapons. You're proficient with simple weapons. You hit things with a stick. You're not really proficient with dual-wielding scimitars. Your saving throws are also wisdom and charisma. Now,
Pretty sure I'm
yours-
right in the middle for everything. You're just like in the middle.
Now your skills. There's a couple different options. There's history. There's insight, medicine, persuasion, and religion.
Right, so I already have insight and medicine checked off.
Oh, right, because of your class. Perfect. So history, persuasion, religion.
I'll do persuasion.
Okay. And history or religion?
Religion.
Now your equipment, which will be in there. Do you imagine hitting things with a mace? So a mace.
Done.
I love how he gives Warhammer as an option with the quotations, if you're proficient with it, which is only dwarves. Do you imagine yourself wearing scale mail when going out and about? A leather tunic or a chain shirt? Oh, not chain shirt. Why are you listing them?
Leather tunic.
Okay.
Where do I put that?
Leather armor. Now, for a backup weapon, do you imagine using a crossbow or maybe having something else?
Crossbow.
And do you imagine having a more of a priestly pack or also an explorer's pack?
More of a priestly pack.
Okay, priestly pack. And you also have a shield and poison. Yep. The druid.
Had a quarterstaff. And a herbalism.
Okay.
I think I did a second one for some reason. I don't know. I was confused by that.
Okay. You already handled your hit points.
They are 24. I'm not 21.
Okay. And you are proficient with light and medium armor.
I'm not like,
You're proficient with a handful of awkward weapons that have no metal on them.
wait, I can't have any metal? Because it says here that I can have a scimitar.
Yes, you're allowed to have a scimitar. Okay. And you are proficient with an herbalism skill.
Oh, do I not have one?
Not yet.
Instead of the scimitar, can I do my quarterstaff as like my main weapon and then do like a long knife so we get to like filming?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds great. And your saving throws are also intelligence and wisdom. And which two skills do you think you're going to have?
I was thinking survival and nature.
Okay. Now let's move on to your backgrounds, which will be on the page. Now there's a couple different options that are presented in the book. Like there's the alkali option. If you want to be brought up, drinking beer, tasting, and just harnessing that religiously. There's a charlatan if you want to go with your parents just bringing you up with being a sleazy little troll. There's the entertainer route if you wanted to amp up the showmanship of everything. A folk hero. Maybe people come to you to tell their story and you help them out with some of their problems. A guild artist, you guys not only craft your beer, but you also export it. And so you guys have this guild relationship almost. You guys could just, one of you could have been a hermit for some reason. One of you is noble. Maybe your family is noble, and that's why no one's been able to shut them down. It's because they have money back to them. And so they can loophole around things. You could be an outlander. You grew up in the woods and are used to just handling your problems. You could be sagely. A sailor, soldier, candlestick maker. I would like to be the guild artist. Okay.
Put that under background?
Yes. Are you proficient with insight or persuasion?
Both.
Great. Pick any other two skills you think would be appropriate for your character. So you pick two more skills. I'll do. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I
fine.
really don't think
I'll
it's
do
boring.
history and perception.
It happens. You're getting what?
History and perception.
Okay.
What was the sage one?
Which one?
The sage.
Sage. You spend years learning the lore of the multiverse. You're curious. And that gives you Arcana history. If you already have one of them, you make a difference.
I already have Arcana, but I want that one because history makes sense too.
So grab history, and then you get to put that skill somewhere else. Maybe nature.
Nature's a good one. So that would be the background here.
Yes. And as a guild artist, you have one additional language. Okay, whatever you want. You get to two languages.
It's a good language for me to know.
Given the fact that you guys are in this jungle, remote location, there's a couple different creatures that are local here. There are some goblin tribes to the north. There's some water elves, so knowing Elvish might count.
I'll do Elvish. That's a good one.
And so I have two more,
Yes.
but I don't want to pick the same one because if we're out somewhere, he would be able to talk. So what else were there? You said there was, what was the first one you said?
There's goblins.
I'll be able to speak to goblins.
There's also the elemental languages, which, given that you guys are in a very primordial place, there's Ignan, Aquan.
I mean, I can talk to water.
to aquatic creatures, yes.
Yeah, I want that one. Although, I'm trying to think if there'd be one that would be more to talk to, like, I don't know.
And you also, as a guild artisan, are proficient with a group of artisan tools. So you're not just good at making beer. What else are you good at making?
Bread.
Cooking tools?
I like that. Cooking tools. Where would I put that under equipment?
Also
Under proficiencies?
Yes. Under that. Alicia.
Criminal towards criminal.
Go
I've been
for it.
raised by criminals.
Oh, makes sense. What 2 skills do you get for that one?
Deception and stealth.
Well, that's good.
Especially if you're a little fucked up.
Do you have sleight of hand?
I do not say that.
Do you want to change one to sleight of hand, especially when you cut it out?
I feel like I would really like to change deception to sleight of hand
Go for it.
because one, I got a charisma of 0,
Yeah, that's gonna work.
and I wanted to take the flaw that I had to tell when I'm lying.
I like that.
And
Okay, don't worry about that. Those are the skills that you need. And what language are you doing?
okay.
You good language?
I'm pretty good at language.
You got 1 tool proficiency. Maybe language. Weird.
I would like my tool proficiency for the one type of gaming set. I like the cards.
Okay, you're good at cards and you're good at these tools. Great.
Nice.
You also start off with said tools. So, of course, they're in the tavern. You know how things work.
Yep.
Have a nice set of traveling clothes. And because you are. Please.
I also get a criminal compact.
Yes, your family. Maybe you have a sibling that doesn't keep you.
I don't think they're caring.
Anything would be Sebastian.
Yes.
You start off with 15 shields.
Yeah.
So just write 15 here
Top one?
under escape. So
These
15.
PDFs available online, minus my seat, so I want to take it. Yes, I can send it.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Oh,
Would you like a typed one that looks nicer too?
oh yeah.
And you can put them on the
Would you guys like to
website.
see
Oh,
my-
yeah, we can put them on the website.
So this is my like favorite thing that I've ever done, is I made myself a D&D notebook on my iPad, so I have from my other character, the Caleb game, and I like, oh, my stuff laid out.
Oh,
That's cute, my Apple Pencil.
That's awesome.
And always also the option of D&D Beyond, which sponsors other people.
It's a PDF, probably put it up in Illustrator and then take one
Yeah.
next week.
That's awesome. As a stage off with a bottle of black ink, a quill, a small knife, which you already have, a letter from a dead colleague posing a question you have not yet been able to answer.
Nice.
Wait, so a bottle of black ink,
Quill,
a quill,
a letter from a dead
and letter.
colleague.
A dead colleague, or should that be like the grandfather that raised me?
Okay, do you want him dead? I like him alive. Maybe you have a letter from your grandfather who. Maybe he has a dead colleague. And he's just like, oh, I can't answer this anymore. Can you solve his problems? A set of common clothes, and you have 10 shields. Which is right there.
Ah, what?
10 shields. It's the silver
Silver
piece.
piece.
Oh, okay.
Since I know where you guys are. You're a criminal. Great. A set of dark clothes for a druid. And a pouch with 15 shield. probably looked at from some portal.
I'm gonna make the letter from my great uncle, so my grandfather's brother, and that's what started the whole thing. So he was trying to solve his brother's mystery, and now I've inherited it.
So it said, G, and that.
Yeah, 15 sheet. Now, armor. You have leather armor, right?
Yes.
Your armor class is equal to 11 plus your dexterity modifier.
So I don't have a dexterity modifier.
So it's 11.
All right. So that goes to 11.
And you have a shield, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that increases it by 2 to 13. I know, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I don't have any armor or shield,
So your armor class is equal to your dexterity modifier.
which is 1.
So you have 11. And your light armor. What kind of light armor? Latex. I would come
That would come in handy with the basement.
Depending on the latex, it could be studded, and that could be studded with leather armor. There you go. Is it dazzled?
A little flashy for so.
Barbarian, third, good.
It just can't be metal.
Leather armor. Okay. So we can get 11 dexterity modifier.
I'm easy to hit and squishy.
And which weapon are you planning on just being here? And you have which weapon?
I have a mace and a crossbow.
Okay. Let's go ahead and put mace here for now, just so that we can get these moving with it. And you don't have any of that to worry about yet, because you're going to, well, I guess you did that.
Do I put darts there too?
Yeah, go ahead, right dart. First step is bludgeoning, but if you use it two-handed, it deals 28 damage, which is where that goes. Or if you use it one-handed, 26. Now your mace, in here deals 1d6 plus your strength modifier and damage. So 1d6 minus 1. Don't use this unless you have to. And your modifier to hit is equal to your proficiency plus modifier.
So 1.
Yes. You are really bad at hitting things.
Yeah.
But he's so wise.
He is.
Yeah.
I recommend you get a cantrip that deals damage. Dagger and dart both do 1d4 damage, plus dexterity modifier.
So 2? Oh, it's a
Sorry. Your ability to hit is plus 3, because it's proficiency plus 1. And this should be 1d4 plus the modifier, which is 1. So you'd be rolling this thing for both of those.
Okay.
And you're
That's fine. So like, that should be 4. It should be 3 plus 1. I guess.
Would this be my strength modifier for attack bonus?
yes.
And then what about my hit?
Dexterity is fine.
What's
Four.
the damage on it?
Which one?
Again?
1d4. Okay. Druid spells, which you get to start with. You already know how many damage you get. Druid spells equal to wisdom plus druid. So which wisdom modifier? 3. Pick 4 first level spells.
4 first level spells and 2 cantrips.
Don't try to watch the community D&D episode. They pulled it off of Netflix.
Aww.
Because
Of the.
Ken John was a dark elf,
And,
and they're calling it Black Race.
Oh, no. I love that
Yeah,
episode.
I know, so good.
I love community.
Clerics. You start off with Wisdom on her plus that one. So you also get 4 first level spells in addition to what you've already written down. Okay. So on the back page, just write 4 here. As a wizard, you have the 6 spells on that list, but you can prepare all of you big monsters. First one. Prepare. You can also prepare 4 spells.
So 4 or 10?
You can prepare 4. This is how many you have available to pick from.
Okay.
All right. Now we can get to spells. Spiels. Now, your group will just crunch these out first. How many cantrips do you get now? 3 more?
3 more.
Oh. So, you already have a message. You can already talk to people across the bar and communicate with them at a distance. There's a couple other cantrips that are beneficial. Thaumaturgy is the cleric's kind of just flavorful spell. It's, oh no, my beer is flat. You wave your hand across and it foams back up. It is your ability to be like, oh, music's too quiet, let's just ramp it up a bit. And then you can just make the band a little bit louder and a little bit more pleasant to the ear. So that's what that spell is. It's just flavor that just kind of accentuates things a bit. Good. Spare the dying. Someone got into a bar fight, they're bleeding out because someone cut their face on a broken piece of glass. You basically go tap them and be like, you're fine, get out of the bar. Sacred Flame. You look across the way and be like, fuck that guy in particular, and catch him on fire. Oh, I love that one. All right, Sacred Flame. All right, that's one. Resistance. Someone around you is having a bad day. You go, you really need to just chill out a bit. You give them a small bonus to whatever bad things affecting it. Mending. Someone's broken your furniture and you're just trying to put it back together for the next day. Light. You turn on the lights. Got it. I like that one. All right. And guidance. It is, you got this, man. And then they get a small bonus. All right, guidance. Done. And we'll stop with the cantrips for that right now. You also Wizards is a much longer list. As a brewer, there's a lot of interesting flavorful options you can go with. There's acid splash, where you basically just really mix something up. There's blade board, where you create a small smoke cloud around you that grants you a small resistance advantage. There's chill touch, where you create a little potion, sniping this and it's icy hot. There's dancing lights, where you just make things glitter at a distance. Firebolt. You create a concoction, you throw it at the guy, and it explodes. Friends. You make a nice drink, you're like, hey, what's up? And then all of a sudden they're just a little bit nicer for you for a little bit, and then they go, asshole. You also could get light. There's Mage Hand, which allows you to mix things in the air without needing to actually touch it. There's Minor Illusion, which we have. Poison Spray, similar to Acid Splash, but a little bit more alcoholic. Prestidigitation, thaumaturgy, but for wizards. You can, if someone crap themselves while sitting at the bar, you can just be like, I cleaned that up, it's fine. Or if someone puked because they just had a little too much, also clean it up without needing to touch it. It's a practical spell. Ray of Frost. Someone's complaining that their drink's cold. It also deals damage if you want to. Shocking Grasp. Oh, you're having a bad day. I'm go. And True Strike. I hate that guy in particular. I will hit you next turn.
Okay, I think the True Strike would be helpful with my darts.
Okay.
And then I like the, what was the friend one?
Friend.
would probably make sense with how trying to make people happy and charismatic part.
Okay.
And then the other one is I'm going to do acid splash.
Okay. And acid splash, let's see what that is really fast. It's the first spell in here. You literally hurl a bubble of acid at someone. That'll be good. You. Your cantrips. Druidcraft. Dramaturgy or prestidigitation, but for plants. You can make plants go.
No, that one makes the most sense narratively, like that.
Okay. Each one of the things.
What is it? So Druidcraft, I can like make plants do things and stuff like that. Like it's fairly fluff, flavor texty, but it makes sense because like I can make it flower open and then have another one if it's pollen. So that and then shillelagh is I get to swap my strength bonus for my wisdom bonus, which is my strongest one, to hit. So I get an extra +2 to hit, and then I also do extra damage, and it counts as a magic weapon.
She basically makes a magic stick to be people.
Great. I have a magic stick and I have acid bubbles.
And now, your first level spells. Good sir. How's it like you get up to 4? Do you imagine that you're going to need to heal people? Do you want to hurt people? Or do you want something a little bit different?
Something different.
All right. There's purify food and drink. So if someone gives you a bad batch of something, you can just be like, it's all good, just eat that. There's protection from good and evil. So if there's an evil force that's trying to warp people's minds of some kind, or if someone's trying to possess something or just generally manipulate things, that stops it.
Where's that one go?
First level, so just put it underneath. Protection from good and evil. There's detect poison and disease, detect magic, cure wounds, which is common, command, where it's basically like go. You say one word and they have to obey it for 6 seconds. So drop, run, cry, shit.
I'll do command. Everyone will shit.
You target one single person. And then they shit their pants. What we got?
I'm doing that all the
Then shield of faith. You basically go, the power of beer will protect you. You get a small bonus to that on the class.
time. I'm definitely doing that. Shield.
And you get one more.
Yep.
I feel like what John means, I got my standards for my watch, even though I've been standing this whole time for you. I feel like what John means is not so much a funny hat as like a growler with some time wrapped around it as a friendly symbol.
Time's around my neck.
Yes!
Okay.
Not like a flask or something. We'll just
Giant
massive
I
drown.
mean, I could make a flask necklace, but a growler's hilarious. Growler's pretty funny.
And your final spell, there's Sanctuary, where you basically like, I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I have too pretty of a face. There's Healing Word, which is basically like, I'm going to hit him, take some healing. There's Bless, which is like, everyone, it's going to be all right. Everyone gets that small little bonus.
Yeah, let's do that. Bless.
Okay. Wizard, you get 6 spells because you're a wizard.
Do I rate those here, or do I get 4 here?
Yes, your spell list, which is all the options available to you. Technically, they can change out their spell list to wherever they want each day. You have a limit that grows with time.
Got it.
There's a line. You set up a boundary, and if anyone breaks in, they won't get off. Hands. You point and shit catches on fire. Charmed person. We're friends now. For a longer period of time than friends.
Oh, I already have friends. I don't need that.
Okay. There's chromatic orb. You throw random elements at people. Like lightning, electricity, cold. It's just like, yeah, mix it, throw it. That's bad. Color spray. You make them go weird.
Go weird?
Color spray. Color spray. A dazzling array of flashing colors springs from your hands. Roll 60-10. That's never unaffected. So there's no saving throw. It just affects things. Starts with the lowest hit points. It must.
That sounds good.
You blind people. So you create a flash of lights that affects a number of hit points, and they just go blind.
Do they get to enjoy the pretty colors?
Yes.
Okay.
There's comprehend languages, detect magic, or figuring out obtuse things. Disguise self, you just want to quickly change your appearance because she got into trouble. Expeditious retreat, you want to move faster. False light, you want to be a little bit more protected. Featherfall, you fell off a flying rock. Maybe a little bit of protection there. Find familiar, your frog isn't just a toad. He's a magical toad.
Oh, I like that. What is that?
Find familiar. Now you can see through your toad's eyes. And have him hop along.
Oh, can I change it to something that flies then?
You can be a flying toad.
Yeah, why not? We're in
Okay.
a fucking magical world.
Flying toad named Kevin.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, there's a book that you're gonna have to listen to.
Kevin!
Kevin!
Oh, that's funny.
I just thought it was because of that, the one we were talking about, the YouTube channel or Instagram or whatever, of the golden retriever named Kevin.
Yeah.
Who wears different hats.
Artist Weasley ultimately flaps because he has like actual feathery wings.
No, he has like tiny little wings and then a big fat body, but it flaps. But mostly he just sits on my shoulder.
So who's illustrating all of this?
A dungeon master, I assume?
Why not? I mean, they're pixelated. It's fine.
They're not very big. Kevin's just gonna be one green square.
Given on it, his style would also be fun.
Yeah. There's fog cloud, which is like, I want to be dramatic.
No, I've already got the lights. I only have 2 more spells. They should be more. They should do something.
Grease, you make the ground slippery, make everyone fall over. Identify, it's like this is special. Just tell me what it is. Illusory script, you can write secret messages. You jump really high. Long stride, you jump really far.
I like jump.
We're just doubling down on fog.
I guess. I was actually thinking with the falling one and the jump one is if I'm trying to go up on rocks, I feel like this would be useful things to have.
That's fair. Mage armor. Which armor class?
I don't have any armor.
Yeah. That's why it might be good.
Yeah, okay.
Mage armor gives you an armor class of 13 plus dex, so it would increase that up to a 14 if you cast it once per day.
Okay.
There's magic missile, which you cast a missile and it hits always. Ray of sickness, you make people sick. Silent image, it's an illusion. You can make people just laugh and fall over and laugh some more. That's literally what the spell does. Tasha's hideous laughter. You make people laugh.
I like that. Hideous laughter. Okay.
Okay. And that's 6, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
I get 4, right?
Yep.
I was thinking good berry, which allows me to make berries that you can eat, and you only need 1, and it carries you through the day and heals you 1 hit point. So if we're ever out in the wilderness,
That's
eat
it.
some berries for life. Fairy fire, which will make everything easier to hit because it like lights them up with cool colors. Because like you get to advantage on attack rolls. Entangle, which makes lines better down hold still.
and cure wounds because nobody's healing anyone.
You don't have the option to.
Oh.
And he was like, nah, I'll just be support.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going.
All right.
I mean, it's fine. If you get hurt, I'll just command you to shoot your pants. We're fine.
Yeah. Stop.
So, you guys are in a tavern in a small town, which the town doesn't have a name yet, but it will.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are in the Cragmall Isles, which is on the southern part of the Drakes, which is a nice tropical climate area with some interesting characters throughout its locations. But you live in a place of magic, various interesting foliage, flying rocks, and a lot of alcohol here. But it's a place with bizarre rock formations, which drew your grandfather there in the first place. And you are now presently enjoying a nice, relaxing afternoon in your tavern, which you don't come up with the name of today, but think about it, full name of your tavern. The Pizza Tavern.
SPDM.
Yep.
And what are you doing this pleasant afternoon? Who's a local client that's coming in the tavern?
We're brewing up a new batch of beer.
Ah, so you're brewing up some in the back. Fire is present. It's small if you're in a tropical climate. A few locals are sitting at the bar, just enjoying a quiet afternoon. Yes. Yes, look.
I keep bees too, she said.
You
That's
know
like me.
back.
Yeah, so we can have honey for
Yeah.
our different ingredients.
And then
And
bees
you
eat your
talk to
colors.
the bees.
Yeah.
Yes,
so you
because I can talk
work-
to small bees, so I can tell them, be nice, guys. No singing.
I like it.
Be nice, guys.
Be nice.
Okay. And everything seems to be going well, but seems to be a commotion happening up front. It's a work week, so I'm not expecting too much trouble, but there's a commotion happening up front. And you're currently bottling and doing that stuff. Where are you right now?
I'd be behind the bar. I'm the bartender, so the couple little locals that are there, I'd be talking to them and pouring the drinks. Hearing about Steve's day at work.
And Steve is just this crusty old like dock worker, just like, if you always want more than we can provide. She's really sad, this guy. No, they're can't get it working.
Exactly.
So, and then the commotion happens, and we hear something great. What's a druid doing?
What's that garden?
Your chicken.
I thought they were bees. They're bees and a chicken.
How many animals do we have?
He's gonna evict you.
Oh God, our friend Ken's gonna come to pick up 2 of each of the animals. To take them to the frying iron.
But if we had started a tavern, we wouldn't have a full farmhouse.
No, we would, 100%.
Yeah. There'd be some weird stuff happening there.
Of course we have a chicken. We have chickens, but this one's particularly dumb and follows me around.
Ken of the Hand Clan will be over shortly.
So I'm trying
I totally
to.
don't imagine the guy you're talking to works for this kin of town.
Yeah.
He just constantly wants these exported animals. He's
Yep.
just a dick. So,
He sucks.
so you're out back right now.
So I'm out back, digging in the dirt, trying to get a new breed of hops growing. That's a thing, right?
Sure.
Hops growing.
Yeah, sure. So you're doing that, and you hear something break out front, and there's this commotion, and you hear a local person was probably on his way into your tavern after work, yelling, "Hey, I'm sorry, man, I just got here. Just let me go home."
Does I recognize the voice?
Yes, he's a dragonborn individual who also works at a similar farm as the old SD.
I know.
Myrrh.
He is Nix. So we have Stevie and we have Nix.
Great.
And that's just a little side gate.
Okay. So you go around. Once you go around to the other side, you see, and you peek around, and you see Nix's cart with a couple of goats, a pair of chickens and whatnot, probably heading over to Ham's boat to make his way to the Little Drake aisle to sell it at market. But harassing him are these two individuals that you don't recognize. They're human, which is odd for the location. They're dressed in these leather tunics. One of them has this rough beard. The other one has a mohawk with like these metal plates that's kind of guarding over, doubling as a helmet. But it's a weird style. And they're just harassing him. They're being like, give us a goat, we need to eat it. So no, he's really particular. If I don't bring the goats to market, Ken Hansen can be the worst day in that. Just you see while he's talking to one of these shady individuals, the other one has wandered around and has just started stealing the guy's goat. Okay.
Come out. Right behind the person. Hello! The one who's stealing the thing.
Give me a stealth dexterity check. So right now she's rolling the D20, which is the orange one. You'll use that for almost everything. And she will add dexterity. And if she's proficient with stealth, her proficiency level.
So +2 + 2, so 13.
13. You see it behind him. He hasn't noticed. He seems fixated on making sure that Nix doesn't see. And as you go, what was your exact point?
Hello!
Ah! Hey, mind your own business.
We don't work for her.
Mind your business. Go away.
Anchor needs to go back on the ground.
You can go. I'm sorry, I need to eat, and I'm not going to eat pork over here. You see him pointing over, and you see this massive pig with these tusks with like iron riveted to the tusks. So we're not going to eat our pig, we're going to eat the goat.
There's food inside. Bye.
Ooh, yeah, no, we don't do that. Nice day.
I like yawn and make my breath up and crackle in my mouth.
So you're attempting intimidation. Go for it. Now you hear your druid out front talking to somebody.
9. Just an even 9.
Okay. You're not very scary. He starts walking off the goat.
It was the chicken.
She couldn't take me seriously.
Throw the chicken out.
All right. Oh my God! What are you doing with your chicken?
The dog chicken is gonna flop in his face.
Okay. So he flaps in his face. He just lets it fall as the chicken wanders off over there and goes. I know we're new in town, but you work here, right?
Who said that? I said there's food inside that you could buy, like a decent human being.
Make sure you tell whoever owns the establishment that it's your fault for giving us the Porker!
Enough food over there. There's another place right
You
there.
see the pig get up and just go running at the tavern door and he busts it open.
Snack it.
The pig wasn't near you, but you can go ahead
I
and
got
go
an entangle on me.
Okay, go ahead. What is your saving throw save DC?
13.
13? Okay. As this pig is running along, you guys inside the tavern are going about your business, kind of wondering what on earth is going on outside.
If I can sneak a small bit, please.
Yes. As soon as you go outside and interact with it.
Oh, I thought he crashed through the door. I'm sorry.
He was trying to crash through the
I'm
door.
not gonna let him bust up the tavern.
But as you were concerned about whatever is going outside, through the growing from the floorboard are what kind of flowers, a mushroom, what do you want to entangle them with? Vines. Hot lettuce. Okay?
Mellow.
As this boar comes charging at the front of the door, and you're bottling things, you notice all these pot plants growing up between the floorboards because you recognize her magic happening, and you do catch the boar before it crashes through the door. And you hear the squealing of a pig outside. Go ahead and roll me initiative. How this works is you roll the orange die, add your dexterity modifier. There we go.
I got a 19.
That'll
19.
be 15 total. Wait, so we just add the one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I got shit. And you're last.
I went first, so it's fair.
Okay. Now, all this commotion is happening, and you know that she has found herself in trouble again. She might be stealing something. It's hard to tell at this point. But you do know there's weeds growing everywhere and some creatures at your front door. What do? You go to the front door. Okay. No problem for you. Do you open it?
Yes.
Okay. And in front of you, within 5 feet, is this just giant boar with this like painted mohawk, just squealing at you. Behind him is Nix's cart, and all these wheat plants are just growing everywhere, capturing people. And what do you say as he comes opening the door?
Wanted to make pork chops for dinner.
Perfect. So as that happens, you do anything else. You have all this magic at your fingertips. Pork chops. You have a spell that's great for sizzling.
I do?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, Sacred Flame.
Mm-hmm. So you point your finger at this piece of bacon.
Yep.
And I have to make a dexterity saving throw. On your spell sheet, there's a spell save DC. What is yours?
13.
Okay. He's captured, so he's disadvantage. He failed. So as he's entangled, he's a really easy target. You know, bacon. Light it on fire. Can you roll me a D8, which is the black die? Yep. You deal 6 points of damage to the pig as he roasts and squeals in pain. Your turn. Back on. And Piggish, she goes, "You're a dick." It's fair.
I chuckle because I understand that. And then I start collecting little pots of the pot plant.
Meg doesn't care about the pig.
You already killed him!
No, he's still alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought he was dead because you said he was just
Eight.
Oh, well then I guess I throw my dagger at him.
Okay, you aim over the shoulder and toss it. Go ahead and give me a D20 roll. Add your
5. And what do I add to it?
You add your dart.
3, so 8.
Yeah, that's not going to hit. You throw the dart and it just sticks into the door frame about 3 feet away from his head. So, your Quinto.
He's Quinto. I'm Del.
Quinto looks over his shoulder back at Gully.
Sorry, bye.
And now it is the two shady turn. You see them pull out short swords, go, thou stupid.
Oh, you gonna get feisty? Apparently my character.
Oh, he's such a smartass.
Who knew this?
Yeah.
He attempts to cut you apart. What's your armor class?
13.
Yeah, that hits. Oh, I have to roll to see if he's a gentle. He's totally gentle. So the one next to you cuts at you. And you are dealt a 4 damage as he cuts into your side. Jesus.
Ooh, okay. Things are getting a little feisty here.
And give me a knowledge religion roll. Give me a d20. And proficiency, because you're proficient with religion. And then your wisdom modifier.
5, 6, 7, 10.
Okay. It's an familiar name that he mentions, but he goes, says a brief prayer about bloodletting. It's like, your blood will serve Moloch well. You don't recognize who Moloch is, but you recognize the notations of a weird pseudo prayer in that. Okay. And now the other guy who's on the cart will move to the door, being like, I see 2 inside, Bill. Got it, Cosby.
Right.
And now to
My turn.
Cosby's at the, Cosby's at the door frame. Bill is in front of you.
Are they in a line?
You can make a line. You would have to move a little bit, yeah, but you can get them along.
Like if any of my team members.
No, they are currently inside the tower. They're both outside the tower.
Right. I kind of roar in pain and shoot my breath weapon.
Oh yeah, because you have a line range.
That's 13.
What's the DC? 8 plus ability modifier, which is calm.
Constitution. So 9.
Plus proficiency bonus.
What would that be?
2.
So 11.
Okay. Let's see here. Bill failed, and Cosby succeeded.
Okay, so one of them takes 4, one of them takes 2.
Okay. 4, 2, the pig has taken 6 damage. Now, you get a weird feeling, but you're pretty sure you don't want Bill Cosby and Bar Messenger. So, I'd like to initially count 1, which is you.
Yep.
What do? Cosby's in front of you, has a sword, and he's looking for blood.
Can I use my breath weapon?
You can. Go ahead.
Okay.
So you look out at them and you just roasted them. As opposed to her nice straight line of electricity, which kind of shocked them. You just burn everything nearby. What's the
DC 8 plus con plus proficiency.
which is what? 8 plus 2 plus your constitution score. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So 8 plus 0. Bill succeeded. Cosby is going to take full brunt of this. So now you roll 2 of the d6, which are the white ones. You deal 10 damage to Cosby. And 5 damage to Bill. You see Cosby's face just melts backwards.
Eat a bitch.
And
Take 2.
oh, that's a good point. I have to roll for the pig. He has a disadvantage because he is properly entangled. And, you have a DC of 10. Pig succeeded, and so he takes 5 damage. He's cooking, but he is still barely standing. The pig is pretty scared right now.
Oh, I want to kill a pig. Put him out of his misery.
After roasting, do you want to move out into the nice aromatic outside?
Yes.
Oh, you also notice that all the animals in the cart are dead.
Whoopsies. Sorry, everyone.
Where's next?
I'm gonna walk outside because it's getting a little heated, and since all the pot's on fire, we can all get hot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you move outside, and it's nice. Return.
Okay. Can I run up to the pig and say, "I'm sorry, my friend," and then stab him in the head to put him out of his misery?
Go for it.
Okay. What do I roll?
Make an attack roll, which uses the sweet orange die. Then you add the attack rolls, which you know the character sheet.
Where's that?
Dagger.
So 3, so 10.
Yep, that's not in hit. Oh, you have advantage on the attack.
I wanted
He's
to run
stuck.
up to him and like.
No, I'm aware.
Okay.
He's stuck, which gives you advantage, so you get to roll. 9 plus 3 is 12. And we double check his armor class. I believe that hits, but I just want to be sure. Or 8, yeah, you get it. It only has an 11 AC. So you stab it. Go ahead and roll a d4 and add 1. 3 damage. Just collapses at you. And goes, was I a good?
Well, we're eating lots of food tonight.
And Bill, and tries to leave. He full on sprints. Do you want to attack him?
Do I get attack opportunity
You do.
with my quarterstaff?
Go for it.
2-handed?
Go for it. 13 will hit. He is not looking good. You have a strength modifier?
Yes, out of 1.
So 4 damage, which is barely enough to whack him over the head and he collapses. As he falls to the ground, the fires around you are relaxing, and you really get the strong smell of sausage, bacon, roast chicken.
So now we're all high and
Lots of food.
And
lots of food.
Nate is going, what the fuck, guys? Come on!
That didn't go according to my non-existent plan. I was really trying to help.
What was that?
Well, I was picking on him, and I don't like to see people pick on people. It's just not good.
Then we give Nick free drinks.
But as Bill collapses, a weird talisman comes rolling out from his tunic and lays next to him. It is a weird, portly figure with short horns. Can you give me one more religion check? 20? Yes.
11, and then what else?
11 plus your wisdom modifier.
3, 14.
Plus proficiency, since you are proficient with ability. 16, you recognize that symbol. It is infernal in nature. It belongs to some entity belonging to the Hells. The Hells guard against this eternal abyss of demons which want to consume all creation. But they aren't good creatures. And seeing this talisman and people that are currently serving here isn't exactly a good sign. And just so I know, can you give me do you have animal handling? I do not have animal handling. Can you
No,
give me-
I can just talk to them.
Can you give me a d20 roll and add the charisma?
5.
So as the pig was dying, it was not comforted. It
Oh,
actually was mildly betrayed.
I think Well, I was talking about making it into a burger.
Yeah, it
I'm
is dinner.
sorry. I'm so sorry. What the fuck, guys? What the fuck?
Not bad.
With the mix being like, what the fuck? With the cult and with the sad pig moment. That's what we're going to do first.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yay.
Yay! Great job, everyone.
I have one more question though. For the personality traits and flaws, are we supposed to have any of that?
You did those in an abstract way with the developing the characters. Mods is like keep and whatnot, but I much prefer the more storytelling.
Okay, but do we all have like a flaw or something we're really bad at?
You already have those clearly.
What is mine? Well, I'm not.
Ours were
You try to be supportive.
ours were we were slightly impulsive and cooked an entire front of our village.
My bad, guys.
Alicia was like, "All right, I'm just gonna wander around here and fuck with everyone."
I do have a criminal background.
It's true.
Alright, so,
It's already having
thank
bad.
you, anyone who watched this.
Thank you, that was
In the
wonderful.
future.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were filming.